The total market cap is at a reversal point, exactly as predicted. We have been shaking out everyone who was trading between this rising wedge, and we are perfectly getting supported by this 1, 2, 3 upwards trend line. We shook everyone out, and this was the exact move we have been predicting. And to complete this whole pattern here, we will see a next major move towards the upside, towards the G point. And that will cause for new all-time highs for crypto and for Bitcoin. We are still in the spring phase on the Bitcoin week of accumulation. And this is a really good signal to see, and this is the last moment to scale in your Bitcoin in the spring zone, because the next major rally towards the upside is upcoming for Bitcoin. We have been seeing perfect price action because we took a short from this level we discussed yesterday, but now the next major trade setup is forming in the market. I will deep dive into all of this data and this trading setups, but first of all, I would really appreciate you guys to follow me over on X, and of course to subscribe over on my YouTube channel and like this daily update video if you love those updates. And let's dive right away into the chart for now. Because what we are currently seeing is that the crypto total market cap has been breaking out of this rising wedge pattern. And I've been talking about this a lot. Why? This rising wedge pattern, this support line right over here was too obvious. Everyone was longing this move from off this trend line. And what does that mean? That everyone who is buying at this trend line and the price will eventually go up is in a massive profit, and that is not what market makers want. So I expected a down move from off this point a few weeks ago. Why? We have been seeing a really important support zone below here. So it would be ideally for all the institutions and market makers to just push the price below this trend line, get supported by this line, and then start its next leg towards the upside. And that will probably be around the $5.5 trillion. And if we see that move coming, that will cause for new all-time highs on Bitcoin, but eventually a money flow back into the whole crypto market. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, all the other altcoins will get flown into with money, and we will see a surge into all of these prices. For now, I'm anticipating on a bounce from of this level. If we are seeing a massive bounce, it is really important to bounce back up, back in this wedge pattern, and reclaim this trend line to see the next move towards the upside, the top side of this wedge. And when we are seeing that, we will also make new all-time highs on Bitcoin as well. Also, talking about manipulation, if you look at Bitcoin by itself, we can see that we are creating a week of accumulation pattern. And we are currently in the spring phase, and the spring phase is standing for manipulation, but also the best entry in this week of accumulation. Why? If you were accumulating your Bitcoin right over here, you would have known that this manipulation move was in the books here. Right now, we have been seeing lower prices for Bitcoin than eventually this whole accumulation pattern here. This is the prices to scale in your Bitcoin for a discount price. These are the levels where Bitcoin is tend to move further on towards the upside after a liquidity grab. So these are the best prices to scale in your Bitcoin, but also the best time to scale in your Bitcoin, because if you bought your spot right over here, you wouldn't need to wait for a next move towards the upside would never came. So this is the best opportunity to scale in your Bitcoin, to buy in your Bitcoin in this manipulation phase. Why? If you buy your Bitcoin, if you trade this down move further towards the upside, you're trading with all the market makers and institutions. And that is exactly what we want to do in this market, because they are making a lot of money. They are manipulating every single retail trader out of the market, and trading with them is a very, very good strategy here. And they are buying up this manipulation phase here. That is what I'm gonna guarantee you. So for now, this is the best time to buy your Bitcoin. I'm looking for trades at the lower time frame. I am buying spot on the longer term here. If you see that test move further towards the upside, this is also a really high confident level to buy back your Bitcoin. But of course, at the point we are at right now, it is the best time and moment to scale in Bitcoin. Then if you look at the lower time frame, what we can see, we expected this down move yesterday perfectly because I said we could short this move towards the downside to approximately these levels. That was the exact move we have been seeing over the past days here. If you don't believe me, please make sure to watch the previous video of yesterday back, and you would see that this was the exact scenario I was talking about, and I've been discussing this also in my free Telegram group and over on my X page. So please make sure to join that as well, because we are printing right now. But if you missed those moves, what are the next opportunities in the market right now? We are in very interesting support right now. We are at the lower side of this range. We are at this start of the impulse towards this resistance zone. So we are at a really interesting point in the market. I am looking for longs at this point. Two scenarios for now. What I'm looking for is a rotation in this green zone further towards the upside, or either a move towards the top side of this range, a breakout, and on the retest I'm longing. I'm not shorting this resistance anymore, because if we pump towards this resistance, we will probably see a next leg towards the upside for Bitcoin, and I don't want to bet against a breakout here. So two scenarios is a break towards the upside and a retest, and the trade would look something like this. And if we are seeing a rotationally lower time frame, I will long it from off this point. If we look at the lower time frame, what do we need to see for a rotation? I want to gain this high further towards the upside to see that Bitcoin is reeling and searching for momentum towards the upside. If we see so, I am scaling into longs. If nothing happens in the market, I'm not doing anything here. But if you want to keep and stay updated about every single trading setup in the market, please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel, because I've been discussing every single trade setup for the last few months in those daily update videos. Like yesterday, if you watched the video, you would have known that I was shorting this top further towards the downside. Also, right now, you know that I want to long from off this point if the conditions are right. So please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel. Please make sure to join my free Telegram group with the first link in the description, and to follow me over on X. And of course, it is really important to trade those moves on a trustly and a safe exchange. If you want to trade over on BTCC, please make sure to sign up on BTCC through the first link in the description from the exchanges. This is the best exchange to trade out there, and of course make profits with the setups we are discussing in my Telegram channel, and of course in the YouTube videos I am recording every single day. Then some positive on-chain news, because if you look at the long-term holder supply, we can see that people are accumulating Bitcoin once again. So we are going from the negative back into the positive. And when we look at the history of Bitcoin, this was usually a sign of the next major move towards the upside for Bitcoin. Right here, we were red, we went towards the blue. We went from negative back to positive. That was in start of the next rally towards the upside. Right over here, we were negative. Bitcoin went sideways down. And when we pulled the positive move once again, that was where the bottom was set for Bitcoin, and that was where the Bitcoin price started to rise afterwards. Right over here, we were negative, came into the positive once again, and that was where the bottom was near to be set, and Bitcoin started to rally towards the upside. This is exactly what I'm anticipating on right now. So from the negative back to the positive, and then a next rally towards the upside. Of course, this doesn't mean that Bitcoin will go up tomorrow or next week, but the history tells us that the bottom was near to be in after we saw the net long-term holder supply net position chains went back in positive after a negative period of time. So this is a really good signal to see, and I'm gonna end up the video with that. Please make sure to follow me over on X, and of course I would really appreciate you guys to subscribe over on my YouTube channel and like this daily update video if you love those updates, and I will see you tomorrow by a brand new crypto daily update video.